Welcome back, everyone. We just dropped into this abandoned mine here. We've been following this haulage at it for quite a little bit. My buddies up ahead said they found something interesting, so I figured it was a good time to start recording. So here we go. These are all old rubber tire workings, so no track drift today. These are slightly more modern. I'd say we've got to drift off to the right. I think we're going to stick to the right-hand rule here and see what this is all about. Looks like a portable magazine here. Yep, painted red, says explosives on it. It's awesome. Doubt there's anything left in there, unfortunately. No toys or anything fun. See a box. Detonators. Glove. Nothing too crazy. Let's get over to the side of this thing and see inside. Oh, yeah, nice one. Nice little compartments in there. Now you can see where all my buddies have scrambled up this pile right here, so there's got to be something interesting back there. I'm going to put the camera away until we get back there. It looks a little tight. Okay, we just came from right over there, and right here we have something. A very cool copper formation. And you can see this whole area is just full of copper stuff. Vein definitely has a lot of copper in it. Let's get a closer look at this. Pretty tight back in here. Gotta be careful. Wow, look at that thing. Beautiful. That thing's huge. You can see it's not even making contact with the back here. It's just about to make contact. So this thing, it's basically a copper stalactite. I don't know if it's copper sulfide or sulfate. I don't remember which one is the solid one and which one is the less solid one. Wow. The crystalline formation on this thing is nuts. Like I've never seen something like this before. And you just see the whole area is just full of like formations and stuff like that. See back over there where we came from. But yeah, this is very cool, to say the least. I can't say you see this every day. Definitely much appreciated. Alright, I'm going to head back over. Okay, so we just finished checking out the formation down there. And we're going to continue along the main haulage here. See, the collapsed part of the vein we were just in has come out into the tunnel here. More of those copper formations up there as well. Tell this thing's rather heavy in copper, this vein. It's pretty cool. And over to the left, it looks like we have a powder mag. See the nice sign on there. Doubt they left anything in this one as well. Seems unlikely. So yeah, you can see built to spec. You see these bacon strips, and the split sets are practically new. They're not new, but they just have held up real good. Let's see. So here's a sign that when they left this mine, they took everything with them, and is that they relocked the lock, but not to lock the powder bag. So it's not a great sign. We'll say that. Yeah, it just looks like a standard mag. You got your full. They had pallets here to keep it off the ground. See that vein? All right, let's go back down the main drag. And you see the minerals here are pretty fascinating. Pyrite, galena, sphalerite. You can see that all the air line, all the water, I mean, most of the water line has been ripped out. There's no more electrical going back here. That would have been up there, but it's no longer there. So it wasn't like one of those mines where they just left and they left absolutely everything, which, you know, a little sad, but we can deal with that. We can deal with that. I wonder, I don't think they used a jumbo to drive this. I'm just noticing that the brow on each of their rounds is only like 6 to 8 feet. And with a jumbo, you'd kind of expect 10 feet at least. And that's primarily why you'd use one. And also, it's rather tight for a jumbo, I'd say. But they definitely had a mucker in here, or a haul truck, or something of sorts. You can see just the tire tracks on the ground. I bet you they had at least a mucker and a haul truck in here. Probably a little 1 yard mucker. 2 yard probably wouldn't fit in here, so. It's really dry and warm in here. We have good airflow. This thing goes a ways into the mountain. We've already been walking before I started this video, and just featureless stuff like this for almost 2,000 or 3,000 feet. So. I see something in the distance reflecting. I don't know if you can quite see that on camera yet. Let's see, we got something off to our right. It says danger, keep out. I'm gonna assume that's an air bulkhead, and you know, the danger, keep out is to, you know, they weren't really working in that area. These have to be older workings, I would assume. So we'll move on, we'll save that for later. Some neatly stacked ladders over here. Off to the right here, we have what looks to be a little dog house. Dog house is kind of a term for like a break room, a lunch room, anything like that. See, all my buddies have deposited their gear here as they would. Here's some cable on a spool. So, yeah, just various crap, air hoses, bags, vent bag. Oh, I know what that is. That's an ore bin. I see that hydraulic mechanism right there. So, yeah, this looks like a little underground shop. You can see they had all their stuff in here, obviously. Grease gun, ammo. Compartments, nails. Oh, here's some bullhorns. So bullhorn it's essentially like a way to build a timber set without actually building the timber set. So you drill 2 holes and you slide those in there, and those are just like huge, very strong timber hitches, and you can use it the same as you would a normal timber set. So you see they have some hangers there. And that appears to be blocked off back there, whatever that was. Looking back over here, we have the ore bin. There's the hydraulic arm to lift it up. Here's the control here. Maybe this was air powered, not hydraulic, I can't tell. They don't seem to have a hydraulic pump down here. I bet you it's air powered because I see a hookup over there for it, so. But yeah, a little four-way to control this thing so you could load everything out safely. That's a nice find. Let's go under the ore bin. I see what we have here. So we have a winds, and we have a underground head frame for the winds. Darn it, there's no hoist. But what did I expect? So here we have the manway. Going down that way. Ladders look like they're in great shape. Over here we have the actual winds. Let's see if I can give you guys a look down there. Here's this little rubber ducky with a cigarette in its mouth. That's kind of funny. Someone brought a rubber ducky in here and stuck that in his mouth, and they probably thought it was pretty funny. Old chair. Yeah, all this stuff isn't all that old, to be honest. And yeah, here's the airline hookup for that ore bin there. And you can see how the skip used to be. So they had tracks coming out of the winds, and then they would go up here, it'd go around to that, and it would dump into the ore bin. And the reason they cut this is that's the only way they could have gotten the hoist out. You can see over here that was cut to get the hoist out, and same with that leg on the head frame. So I'll tell you, it'd be so sweet if there was a hoist and a skip in here. In fact, it'd probably be too cool. I probably wouldn't make a video of it. Just one of those things you can't video because it's too cool and someone's gonna find it. Various stuff discarded here. And getting a look at the actual head frame here, let's check that out. No sheave wheel either. They took the sheave wheel too. Took everything. It's still pretty cool. I've never seen an underground head frame like this big or modern before in an abandoned mine, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. Way cool. And over here, it looks like we have a pegboard. Isn't that just sweet? Just a little, oh, and even a little brass board. You see it says men in right there? If I can get it to focus. So a very multi-use brass board there. That's a speaker, like for an intercom or something. Probably hooked up to the mine phone system. Yeah. Man, it's a shame they took the hoist out. You can see the footings for the hoist, drum, the motor. So that's what they were running their electric stuff back here for, obviously. That's awesome. It's nice, and it's got paint on it too, which is a nice touch. I saw something over here earlier that kind of caught my eye. Let's see. Yeah, you see that? It says the shit house on it. Can only mean one thing, I'll tell you that. Here's another look at another one of their shelves. Seems like they only liked to drink Diet Pepsi, as you can see. There's nothing in that bag other than Diet Pepsi. There's like paint, there's bleach, water, just, you know, anything that they didn't want to take out of here, they just left, which, I mean, if they left everything, holy smokes. You know, think about it. You could come back here, there'd be a mucker, there'd be a haul truck, hoist, skip, and probably a lot of other stuff. Let's take a look into this. I think I know what this is already. Pull back the curtain here. Oh yeah. There's even a toilet in here. It's pretty cool. You see, that's probably like lime or cat litter or something like that. Throw in there so it doesn't stink the place up. Even have toilet paper. I'll tell you, I've never had to go underground, but this would be a pretty good mine to have to do that. Oh, look at that. That's way cool. Someone marked out a little pick and shovel. Let's get back over here. Okay, so we're back out of the shit house, quote unquote. You see, that would have been their gate to, I don't know exactly where it would have been, maybe right here by this orban to stop people from coming over here when the thing's open, just kind of a safety thing. Used to have a nice chain. Here's another look at that manway. Man, that thing's in great condition. I mean, just look at it. The wood's solid, it's not rotten. The nails holding it all together appear to be pretty good. Got platforms too, so I might have to indulge and go down there. So, well, I think the next thing to do is to climb up to the top of this. That's the only logical next step, so we're gonna do that. About halfway up, you can see it's a good shot of the orban from up here. There's the platform I'll be standing on shortly. Looking back down to the mess, so. Here we are at the top. Here's where they cut the sheave out. Didn't even leave that for us. Usually they leave the sheave wheel, but I don't know. I've climbed lots of head frames, and I love it, but I've never climbed an underground head frame, so I'm pretty happy with this one, pretty satisfied with my experience today. Yeah. A little cramped up here, but this is rather large for an underground head frame. I mean, generally, you can do it in much less space. Essentially, you can set a hoist up and a head frame, and I've seen all sorts of examples of, you know, really confined space setups, but they had a lot of space in here. Let's get a good look at the bottom. Looking down, don't want to fall from here. Way cool. All right, I'm gonna head down. Okay, so I climbed a little ways down and managed to figure out where this thing goes. Goes quite a ways down there, as you can see. Maybe 100 feet or so. The timber in here is just excellent, as you can see. No concerns. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, I think. See, they're running their utilities down there. They didn't manage to yank those out. So, at least they kept those. I'm kind of curious what awaits us on those lower levels there. So, maybe we'll have to come back in a future time and do that. Over here, as you can see, sorry, I'm trying not to fall. I'm rather on the edge right here. So, you can see the collar, all cement, and the lid. There, but yeah, there's another great shot just looking down that thing. Thing goes quite a ways. So, yeah, these are what the platforms and everything looks like. That's just looking right back up there. So yeah, pretty cool. Definitely has potential.